Ladies and gentlemen, we come back to the series of the Denver Broncos now. This is a series of I will be giving individual draft trades to every single team. Yes, it's a beast. So here we have the Denver Broncos. If you guys do not like my pick, you like my draft grade, or you disagree with something I said, please leave it a comment down below. I am Two Tone Sports. I'm on the road to 1,000 subs. I'm pushing hard before the NFL season starts. Real would like 1,000 for week 1. So with that being said, any and all support is greatly appreciated. We're going to start off here with the Denver Broncos. The way I do this draft grades is I go through all the picks. I talk about the players. I give my draft grade. Then I go over to Mel Kiper. I go over Mel Kiper's draft grades. And then I go over to PFF. And I give you what they have to say and their draft grades. So this is a 3-for-1 deal. With that being said, don't want to waste any more time. Let's get into it. You guys started off in round 2 pick with Marvin Mims because of the Russell Wilson trade. You guys came into this draft needing a center, running back, outside linebacker, corner, and inside linebacker. So we'll see how you guys did. Pick 1, Marvin Mims, 5'11", 183 at Oklahoma, wide receiver. Good pick. Pre-draft analysis is Mims is an undersized receiver who runs well, sells double moves, and tracks the deep ball well. He has the burst to produce after the catch and flashes as a punt returner. Mims lacks polish as an immediate route runner, but he has the potential to make strides in that area and is a tough matchup working out of the slot, thanks to his quickness and foot speed. His post-draft analysis is Jerry Jeudy set career best in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns, but he is in his last year before the 5th-year option. There have been rumors of Denver's moving him. Courtland Sutton cap hit jumps to $18.2 million from $5.3. Adding a playmaker on the outside makes sense with that in mind. Mims finished the 2022 season second in the Big 12 with 1,083 receiving yards. With that in mind, guys, probably going to be moving on from Courtland Sutton or dealing Jerry Jeudy at some point before the start of next season. This is a solid pick, and I really like the value here with Marvin Mims. I really do. I really like the value. He's a Denver receiver. I have to disclose I am a Chargers fan, but I'm a fan of the NFL, and for the channel, I'm a fan of sports. So I try to keep an even playing field here and just give straight up information and straight up grades. Try not to have any of my favorites sway any of my picks. So this Marvin Mims pick, I liked it. I really like this for you guys. You guys needed a receiver, especially since I see you moving on from one of these people, either Jeudy or Sutton. So I really like it. Your second pick in the 3rd round, Drew Sanders, 6'4", 235 pounds. Wow. Talk about a value. Sanders is a versatile linebacker who could play off the ball and rush off the edge. He's an instinctive run defender who takes sound angles and has impressive closing bursts. He's effective matching up with running backs in coverage. He can convert speed to power rushing the passer. He has some tightness and will miss a few tackles when forced to cover backs in space. Guys, Matt Miller has his NFL comp of Tremaine Edmonds. If you guys can get this in the 3rd round, your defense was solid last year. Could get even better. This was a home run pick for value in the 3rd round. Let's read his post-draft analysis. Josie Jewell and Alex Singleton are productive and steady, but the Broncos should be looking to upgrade at that position. They need pass rushers. Sanders can rush off the edge and play off the ball. Looking for defensive coordinator Vance Joseph to find different ways to use him and maximize his skill set. Wow. This was a freaking awesome pick for you guys. Let's go over to Riley Moss, who I actually really liked. He was one of my sleeper picks because of the combine. The kid looks smooth. 6'1", 193 out of Iowa. Moss is a highly instinctive corner who reads the QB, diagnoses routes, and plays the ball, not the man, in zone coverage. He matches up well with tight ends working out of the slot. He's a natural hands catcher who tracks the ball well and high points it in the air. As a run defender, he's aggressive and shows some pop at the point of attack as a tackler. Guys, I got to be honest, I view him more of a safety than a corner, but maybe the post-draft and analysis will cover this. Pat Surtain was one of the best corners in the league last year, but 2022 fourth-round pick Damari Mathis struggled at times. Adding depth and competition makes sense, and Moss is a good value at this point. Another one where you hit on value. Come on, you guys really did well. Then you got the 6'4", 209-pound safety in J.L. Skinner out of Boise State. Skinner's an instinctive run defender who slips blocks, sifts through traffic, wraps up, and drives through contact. He's competitive, matching up with backs and tight ends. He limits production after the catch and flashes the ability to lower the boom, breaking on passes thrown in front of him. Skinner is a playmaker who tracks the ball and shows the ability to pluck the ball out of the air, even though he has small hands. Once again, I honestly thought in the 6th round, this is awesome value. I had this kid going in the 5th. So you guys beat me by a round. Once again, awesome value. Look, he's the 8th safety. Awesome value. Talk about another awesome value. I know I sound repetitive, but bear with me. Alex Forsyth, 6'4", 303-pound center out of Oregon. Forsyth is a versatile reserve interior offensive lineman who gets into position, works his hands inside, and blocks to the echo of the whistle in the run game. He shows good range when he pulls and climbs to the second level, and is quick enough and fights to stay in front of his assignments. But he doesn't bend or change directions well in the pass protection. Guess what? It's a 7th round pick. Russell Wilson struggled with pressure last year. You guys couldn't block for him at all. You just got a nice depth piece in the 7th. This is quality value. Now, you guys don't have a lot of draft picks. So, your little 1, 2, 3, you guys have 5 picks to grade. So, this was a little tougher for me. But, in the end, I'm giving you guys an A-. As a Chargers fan, it hurts. I'm giving you guys an A- because you did very well with the value, especially with limited number of picks. So from me, you get an A-. Let's hop over to Mel Kiper and see how you guys did. Mel. The Broncos spent big money on offensive linemen Mike McGlinchey and Ben Powers of free agency, hoping to shore up a line that allowed a league's worst 63 sacks last season, with their top 2 picks going to Seattle as the last remnants of the Russell Wilson trade, and another first-rounder acquired for edge rusher Bradley Chubb, going to New Orleans for Coach Sean Payton. It was a step to get ahead of the biggest needs. That left the first picks of the Payton era falling to the top of round 3. They ended up packaging together some selections to take wideout Marvin Mims at the end of round 2. It's a good fit for Mims, who has upside as a deep threat, though Denver has a deep depth chart for now. I mentioned inside linebacker Drew Sanders and defensive back Riley Moss in my Friday's recap. They are both good players. The issue is the 2024 third rounder Denver gave up to grab Moss, which dings this class. I had a 4th round grade on J.L. Skinner, so the Broncos got good value on day 3. Told you. We know Russell Wilson had a horrid year 1 in Denver, but is there reason for optimism now with Peyton on board? I think so. Even if it doesn't quite make Denver a Super Bowl contender, the Broncos did decently with what they had this weekend. What does he give you guys? A B. I gave you an A-. So we got a little separation there between me and him. I'm interested to see what PFF has. But like I said, you guys got value in what you did. You got value in what you guys did. Let's see. Denver Broncos. In analytics daring, Mims averaged 19.5 yards per catch over the course of his career in college. Despite not being the biggest player, he still managed to win 54.5% of the contested targets he saw. He tracks the ball in the air very well. Averaged 2.7 yards per route run and was fifth in the nation with 602 yards on throws, 20-plus yards downfield. Sanders was the consensus number 37 overall player and could play all over. He has the ability to drop in coverage and come forward as a pass rusher, as evidenced by his 75-plus pass rush and coverage grades. The Broncos will deploy him everywhere, with a likely primary role as the strong side linebacker, and their strong defense just got even better in the front seven. Ooh. Moss brings plenty of experience, playing more than 2,500 career defensive snaps at Iowa, much of which came in zone coverage. He's an above-average athlete who earned coverage grades of 81 in each of the past 2 seasons for the Hawkeyes. Joining Pat Surtain, Damari Mathis, and Kwan Williams in the Broncos secondary, it's a good ad. Here we are at 6'4", 200 pounds. Skinner could be a safety/linebacker hybrid at the next level, with 58 defensive stops over the past 2 seasons. Skinner earned 83.3 coverage grade in 2022, but belongs close to the line of scrimmage to get most out of his skill set. PFF gives you guys a draft grade of a B+. I gave you guys an A-. Mel gave you guys a B. PFF gives you guys a B+. Once again, this is one of the quicker videos. One of the quicker videos of the series, but it was a good one, man. I liked the Broncos draft. I really did. I really liked the Broncos draft. Beyond interesting to me. You guys did good with what you had. The second, third, 2/3, 6th, and the 7th. You guys really did well with what you had. Very impressed. I give you guys an A-. PFF gives you a B+. Shoot it back over here to Mel. He gave you guys a B. So, if you guys like the content, please let me know. If you want to dispute anything I said, let's talk in the comments below. I'm always down for a good discussion. At this point, I just want to say thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel. I'll see you next time.